Christ crucified and Christ risen. Dear friends, the Lord is risen. Happy Easter. May the risen Lord dwelling in your hearts fill you with peace, and may His peace abide in your homes and in the society. All the four Gospels report differently the resurrection of the Lord. In the narration about the women present at the tomb, there are differences in the writings of the evangelists. The Gospel of Matthew says that Mary Magdalene and the other Mary went to the tomb. The angel appears to them and says, "Do not be afraid, for I know that you seek Jesus crucified." In the Gospel of Luke, many women visit the tomb and are told by the two men in dazzling clothes, "Why do you seek the living among the dead?" Luke chapter 24, verse 25. These pious disciples who followed Jesus and listened to His teaching daily, and who witnessed His crucifixion and death, could not think of any other Jesus than the crucified Jesus. In their deep distress and ardent love for Jesus, they came to the tomb to mourn for Him and to anoint His body. They were looking for the crucified Jesus, as the angel alerted them. Often, our Christian faith is motivated by similar attitudes like these women in the Gospel. We don't see beyond the cross and the crucified one. Our own devotions to the crucified Christ, venerating the dead body of Christ, etc., may display the attitude of the pious women at the tomb. This mentality is also reflected in our attitude towards events of our own life. The crosses and pains and challenges of our daily life are often like tombs. They prevent us from seeing beyond the problem where hope really lies. Like the women, we are still wondering, who will roll away the stone from our problems? Psychologists and spiritual men tell us that there is within us a pain body, which is not really a body, but a dynamism, active and alive. We can say that these are sufferings and pains, especially of the past, which we carry within ourselves unconsciously, without knowing. This pain body can easily relate to others who are suffering like us. Our own relationship with the crucified Jesus may stem from it. Though it may look a very religious act, yet it could be an unconscious reaction, an expression of our hidden pain body. Saint Sister Josephine Bakita, the African slave girl who became a Catholic nun and a saint, as a small child, she sees for the first time the crucifix in one of the rooms of the Italian family which bought her as a slave. She was immediately attracted to that crucifix. It reminded her of all the sufferings she and her people underwent during the slave trade, and which she was still carrying within herself unconsciously. Maybe her pain body was activated at this encounter with the crucified Jesus, and she was attracted to the crucifix. She had to understand and experience gradually the risen Christ to become a true follower of Christ and consequently a saint. Our Christian faith does not end with the crucifixion. The crucifixion, death, and burial of Jesus should lead us to the greatest truth of our faith, namely, the Lord is risen. The angel's words transform the pious women. He is not here. He is risen. He is alive. Their meeting with the risen Lord transforms them. St. Paul, who experienced a great transformation on encountering the risen Lord, says, "And if Christ has not been raised, our preaching is useless, and so is your faith." 1 Corinthians chapter 15, verse 14. The risen Christ has a great transforming effect in our lives. John Scott says, Christianity is, in its essence, a resurrection religion. Hence, let us not venture into devotions and meditations on the sufferings and death of Jesus without first having become aware of the resurrected Christ and deeply rooted in Him. If not, we will be seeking the crucified Christ as the pious women did in the Gospel. Mr. Graham Staines and his 2 children were brutally killed by the Hindu fundamentalists. His wife, Mrs. Gladys Staines, and her daughter Esther sang the following beautiful song at a function a few years later. Because He lives, I can face tomorrow. Because He lives, all fear is gone. Because I know He holds the future. And our life is worth the living because He lives. May we go beyond the crucified Christ and be embraced by the risen Christ. May God bless us all.